Hello, I'm Dr. Frances Steinberg. If you're watching this, chances are you've been dumped. If not recently, sometime in the past. Or possibly you're not actually watching this for yourself, but to help a friend. And if you or this friend have ever been dumped, you know that it hurts. Bad. Really, really bad. Even if it were just a brief, passionate fling, it hurts. What's more, having your lover leave you causes you to have some fairly weird emotions and do things that you never thought you'd do. It won't help to tell you that this too will pass or that time will heal your pain. In fact, it probably feels worse when people keep saying those things to you. What I will let you know, though, is that everything you're experiencing is normal. And in the process of getting better, you'll travel through some fairly predictable stages. What's more, there are things you can do to get through each step less painfully. The shock stage. Even if you were expecting it, even if you were tired of your lover, even if they tried to soften the blow with the old, "It's not you, it's me," the news hits you like a fall off a 20-story building. Right after you get dumped, your body often goes into a shock state, just as if you'd had a serious accident. Your mind and body shut down and go numb. You can't eat right. You either can't swallow what's happened, or you try to fill the void with a tub of chocolate chunk ice cream. Your sleeping gets all messed up too. I bet you never realized how comfortable your bed could be for 18 hours at a stretch, or how lumpy it could feel after only 5 minutes. It's amazing how many times your pillow, linens, and body need to be adjusted. Right side, left side, punch, scrunch, sheet on, sheet off, curl up, stretch out, cry a bit, and on it goes. You really need and want the comfort of your family right now, and your friends. And while it's helpful to be with them and talk to them, they're also full of advice. Things like, "They were never good enough for you anyway." That's great. You've just been dumped by what they're saying is a piece of rubbish. What does that make you? The refuse of refuse. Or how about process it and let it go? That's always helpful to hear at this time. You've just been run over by the mother of all trucks, your emotional roadkill. Okay, let me just scrape myself up off the tarmac and get on with life. And during the shock stage, you often don't have the mental energy to go to work, read, or even watch TV. Well, maybe Jerry Springer. But you're always sharp enough to remember your ex's phone numbers. The number at home, the cell phone, the office phone, the office fax, all of their email addresses. "Hello, Roger. Yeah, sorry to bother you. Yes, I know it's 4 in the morning. Yeah, I know I just called 5 minutes ago. I was wondering, could you tell me one more time whether it's really, really over between us?" Now, lots of guys always insist they don't go through any of this. If someone dumps them, they just go out, have a few beers, and shag somebody else. They say this as if they're proud of that behavior, like it's something we all should aspire to. Wow, how could his ex have left him in the first place? All that emotional sensitivity. But no one can stay in the shock stage too long, and possibly you don't need to be upset anyway. Maybe you can get them back. The hope stage. Hope is the hope that the relationship isn't truly over. You just know that they didn't really mean it when they said you were through. Why, the 13th time you phoned your ex on Thursday, they didn't even hang up on you. And wasn't there the slightest hint of warmth the last time they called you a stupid cow? You begin to fantasize that if only you lose that weight that they hated, they'll be back. And blonde, maybe. That's the attraction of their new lover, the blonde hair, right? Like a bottle of hair color is going to release a genie. One pour, and none of the things that were wrong about the relationship will matter anymore. None of the constant fighting, the pagan sex, you know, once a month on the full moon. All of that will disappear with the new hair color, the constant bouquets of flowers you send, the endless text messages, and you start to dance the hope stage limbo. How low can you go? But somehow it doesn't work out. They don't come back, and that can make you feel quite angry. The anger stage. Gone are any thoughts of getting the person back. Now you just want revenge. We're talking 50 ways to hurt your lover. People who have never uttered a cross word in their lives all of a sudden develop the most interesting vocabulary. It's like the hidden ninja warrior emerges. You start skulking in shadows, stalking your ex's every move. You dream up all sorts of ways to take revenge. For instance, do you have any idea how many buttons there are in your ex-lover's wardrobe? Because there are probably quite a few buttons on their clothing, and while it might take a little bit of time to get them all snipped off, wouldn't it be worth it? Or maybe you could just phone their place of work every 5 minutes, or put a dead fish in their car. The anger stage unfortunately often turns the most law-abiding citizen into a reckless, dangerous, bunny-in-the-pot avenger. And when the rage dies down, embarrassment over your actions sets in, and you start feeling pretty low. Despair stage. You can't stay angry with your ex forever. You have to save some of that venom for yourself. What kind of an idiot am I? No wonder they left. I'd run away from me too if I could. This is the whine and whine phase. Nobody loves me. No one will probably ever love me. Nothing ever goes right for me. No, I don't need to go out. I saw a movie last year. No, I don't need to eat. I ate yesterday. It's a contest to see how many times you can replay the same scenes over and over and over in your head before the tape breaks. During the intermission, you play the short subject, "Why I will probably be alone for the rest of my life." Your looks go to hell. You don't go out. You don't need to wonder where the villains of slasher movies come from. They're hiding inside Heartbreak Hotel. But with a little help from your friends and some constructive action, eventually the self-doubt and depression recede. The indifference stage. It's amazing. You can hear your ex-lover's name without having either a heart pang or flutter. You can show up at your favorite cafe without any concerns. You're neither hopeful or apprehensive that they'll be there. You just don't care about them any longer. What's more, you've started to enjoy being independent. The indifference stage is about owning the remote, going to the restaurant that you like, eating in bed without worrying about the crumbs. It's even a good time to develop some bridge relationships. I don't mean picking up a person you find living under a bridge, but having fun with someone you don't plan to be with forever. It takes all the pressure off of finding that perfect match. You know, perfect, like you, a worthy soulmate. The growth stage. Eventually, you will reach the growth stage. Now, I know you swore you would never get involved again, but you and I both knew you were lying. You've learned from your last relationship, and you're better for it. You're able to connect with someone as an equal. You don't need them as much as want them.